Hello everyone, I'm Pierre Normand. I am Director of Communications at the Canadian Federation for the Humanities and Social Sciences. Thank you for coming this morning. The first thing to really understand in today's media realities, it's not the way it used to be. It's not the newspapers, the dailies, and television. Over the last 10 years, there was an explosion of media. We live in an information society, and you've got blogs, you've got online newspapers, you've got opinions that's being floated over. Now you have tweets that are going around. All the purpose of this thing is to have information circulate on a number of topics. So this is what it's all about. And in this kind of media landscape, what happens is that the news itself, there are other characteristics to make sure that the news will really make it to those various media. There is a sense of urgency, because if you're a blogger and you want to be the cutting-edge blogger, you go and you look for information and you're going to put whatever comes across your desk. Very often also, it's not about the research, it's about a story. It's about needs and benefits. And that's very, very important that you understand this very early on, because the research process in itself, we all find this just fascinating and exciting. But for an outside audience and for the media and the general public, this is not the part they are really interested in. They want to understand what are your conclusions, how you came to them, why you look for that questions, and how it's affecting them. So that's critical to understand this kind of the requirements of the media. They're always looking for good stories. They're looking for what's new, what's human interest, what's hope. When the media calls, because they will call, there's certain things you need to do to make sure that you can reply to the media request properly and you are ready to reply to that. First thing to do is to take your time. It's not because a media is calling that you need to jump necessarily and keep your focus. Take the time to go through certain steps. The first thing is to get their name right. How do you spell it? What's the outlet they work for? What's their contact information? This is critical because you will need that to call them back. The other thing you have to do is really to find out about their topic and their angle. Are they doing a story that's really relating to what you do? And then it's up to you to decide, no, this is not my area of expertise, or it's an angle that I know other people have been doing this, there are some controversies around this, and I don't want this to turn into a debate, because it would not be fruitful, it would not contribute to advancing my research, communicating my research. So you have to know about these things. Do they need any supporting information to really understand the issue they want to talk to you about? Very often they say, hey, we've got this disaster and we need an expert in psychology. All they want is quick answers, but sometimes you know that to put across your story very clearly, you need to provide them with some good information. Maybe on your website, for instance, or a fact sheet that you have. So that's okay. You always offer them, supporting information to help them prepare to your interview. Key thing also, always find out who else is being interviewed. You want to know, am I going to be pitted against a denier that you know has crazy positions and you don't want to be caught in a situation like this? You have the right to ask those questions. You should always ask those questions. You may find that, hey, that's a good person, because our positions complement one another, reinforce one another. So that's the kind of stuff you want to find out. You also absolutely need to find out what's the publication time, what's the airing time, if it's for TV or radio, and what's their deadline. The reason for this, you don't have to start answering questions right on the spot. You need to prepare to make sure that you're going to, your message is clear, you know exactly what you want to talk about, and you want to be focused and relaxed doing it.